Before the break, we read an email from Pam in Los Angeles, California, who wants to know what's causing her to feel so exhausted all the time. It brings us to number 3 on our list of the 4S every woman fears: fatigue. I'll tell you, there are so many medical causes for feeling tired all the time. So we followed Pam on a doctor's visit to find out what may be happening with her.
Has anything changed since I saw you last time?
I can't sleep. I am so tired. I first started to notice fatigue probably about 20 years ago. I had no energy, a lot of hair loss, very fatigued, and I took the test and my thyroid was so out of control. It was pretty bad.
There's probably a multitude of problems, and we've got to address each one of them. It may be that all your symptoms are not thyroid related.
I really, really want my energy to come back up.
So what I want to do is to examine you and do a series of blood tests that are going to be pretty specific to various conditions. Take a deep breath.
That's hard to do.
I'm checking your other female hormones and other aspects of metabolism that haven't been checked recently.
Okay.
We have a good basis to start increasing your energy and losing that extra weight.
Well, thank you, Dr. Cwynar.
It's my pleasure, and let's see what we come up with.
Now that I've had the test, I'm extremely anxious for the results. Extremely.
Fatigue is so very common. Here to help us shed some light on the common causes of fatigue is endocrinologist Eva Cwynar. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Such a common complaint for women, and the diagnosis can be myriad, from depression to, like you said, thyroid problems. Walk us through what you're thinking when you see someone who presents with fatigue.
Well, in Pam's particular situation, I have to think that her thyroid's not regulated. She has a family history of thyroid disease. She's been hypothyroid for a number of years, but she hadn't come into the office for an extended period of time. So that's my first thought. The other thing is that she was complaining that she couldn't sleep. And when I got deeper into that questioning, she was saying she actually was experiencing some night sweats, some hot flashes. So I'm thinking, well, is she going through the change of life there? So we really needed to check that. She's a busy mother, she's a working woman, she's a wife. So I was wondering, do you get your breakfast? Are you eating? And it turns out that Pam actually was skipping breakfast, you know, grabbing something quick for lunch and having pasta for dinner because she didn't have enough time to prepare things. So what I really ran through were some hormonal tests, some thyroid tests, and a myriad of vitamin and nutritional aspects of her.
Any abnormal results on the test?
We have several. So fatigue isn't just limited to one disease state.
Right.
Again, her appropriate dosage needed to go up on her thyroid. She is not on the correct thyroid medication. So that's our first change. The second one, she's actually going through a little bit of perimenopause, which is probably the cause of her insomnia. And then again, if you're not sleeping at night, you're waking up exhausted. And then she gets into a cycle, and then her adrenals crash, and it goes on and on. Surprisingly as well, in part of her nutritional analysis, a lot of her B vitamins were gone. And when I had questioned Pam, she said, well, you know, I wanted to make sure I'm not eating a lot of red meat because I'm scared of cholesterol. Well, her cholesterol is fine. There's no family history of heart disease. She doesn't ever have a high level of cholesterol. So I thought, you know, a little bit of red meat could be okay. Other than that, she could supplement herself with some B12 over the counter or get some shots.
And B12 is so important. It's found in animal products because it helps build healthy red blood cells. And Pam, the question I have for you is, after this consultation, are you excited to make some changes?
I'm very excited.
Energy. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling better. I was given a B12 shot, and I immediately felt better.
It sounds like what she needs is a little bit of everything. I mean, it's medication, it's changed lifestyle a little bit, prioritize, make sure that she eats regularly and right. So it's not just one thing.
Right. She needs to get her metabolism started first, because when people are hormonally imbalanced,
Right.
they're not going to want to work out. They're not going to have the energy to eat right. They're not going to want to prepare their meals. So my time frame for Pam is to give it about a month for all the hormones to get regulated, and then start on a new program of breakfast every morning, of not as much caffeine as she's been drinking, of having more proteins in her meals.
That tires you out too, fatigue.
Exactly.
If you load up on the caffeine, everybody is going to crash to a certain extent, and that gets you tired. And then the whole issue of your body carrying extra weight, you have to work harder. By the end of the day, that's another reason why you may be tired.
You know, when I'm fatigued, I just try to get a quick workout in, which is hard because that's when you don't feel like working out, when you're tired, but it really
That's
helps.
when you really need it.
So Dr. Eva, 2 quick tips for women at home, assuming they don't have any medical problems as far as getting over fatigue.
First of all, have your breakfast. I mean, most of us women, men too, but most women think, oh, I'm going to skip my breakfast, therefore I save on 300 calories and I won't gain
So
weight.
breakfast, don't worry about the calories. You need the food for energy.
You need the breakfast.
Number
you
2.
need the breakfast. Get at least half an hour of exercise in at least every other day, because you'll get another 2 hours of energy through that day.
Well, thank you so much, Pam. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Don't skip breakfast. At least 30 minutes of exercise a day if you can. Up next, number 2 on our list of F words that every woman fears just might have something to do with the home video question you're about to see from Sylvia.